what I want you to notice is that we have our letters and our numbers matching up. So we've got our numbers going across, our letters going down. We want to make sure that our paper and our picture are oriented the same way. And then we want to think about starting to lay in the contour lines of the photograph. So does anybody know what contour lines are? We're essentially looking at the edges and ridges of the objects. Now, in this case, in my photograph, the biggest main focal point of the picture is the horses, right? And so they're going to be where I want to start. I want to start with the easy stuff, the stuff that is easy to determine where it begins and where it ends. And I like to come in from an edge. And so for me, I'm going to start on my horse closest to me, which is the darker one here. And I'm going to figure out where he comes into the picture. So I'm going to actually not start in row A or row B. I'm starting right here in row C. And I want to focus on what's happening in just that one box, that square inch box. So did you notice on your tables these funny little window cutouts? Okay, we're going to use those. We're going to use those to help us break this large drawing up into small, easy pieces and block out everything we don't need to know. And so I'm going to lay it right on that box, that first column, the third row down, C1. Look at that. It's actually super easy. There's only like one contour line in that box, and it's right where the dark horse runs in front of the horse behind it. So then I need to come over to my photograph here, and I need to come down to that third row, C, in the first column, 1, and then I'm going to basically recreate what I see happening there. And so if I look, notice conveniently the line goes almost from corner to corner, almost. I'm going to come in right here, and I'm going to drop off just shy of the bottom right-hand corner. Does everybody see that? So now I'm just going to connect the dots and try to match that really, really slight curve. Okay, and so that is all for now that I need to do in this box. Well, that's simple enough, right? Now I can move to another box. So my question to you guys is, which box should I move to next? What do you think? What do you think, Kayla? Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to hop around this thing. I'm going to move from one box to another in a fluid but an organic way. So I could move to the right, but there's really not a lot happening here. I don't see the black horse anywhere, and I really want to pick up or continue with what I've started there. And so instead, let's look down. Well, if I go down, I'm not really actually seeing much happening either. So I'm actually, interestingly enough, going to go sort of catacorner, or one to the diagonal down, which is going to put me in D2. Did everybody see how I ended up there? So now I already know, obviously I have just the slightest bit that's going to kind of pop through that corner, but now I'm in this box squarely, and I want to look at where he comes in, where the line of his back or neck comes in, and where it drops out. It's just shy of the corner, and then it's actually just shy of halfway. Do you guys see that little hatch mark on the window? So I'm going to find that halfway point and come back just a little, and then I'm going to connect the dots. And so I've already done some of the work because it's just a continuation of that line, and I really want to pay attention and make sure that not only does the box make sense, but does it make sense with the boxes around it. So it wouldn't make sense if this jogged around a lot. I need to probably make sure that this is a real nice soft curve here, and it doesn't come in and out along that edge. Okay? So now where would be the next logical box for me to go? What do you think? What do you think? Yeah, I would go straight down. So now checking my grid here, I'm in column 2 and I am in row E. So we see now that the back, where the main is going to take up more than half of the box. It comes in at about halfway, but it drops out about a quarter of the way from the edge. How do I know that? Well, here's a half, and a half of that again is 1/4 in. So here's a half, and there's 1/4 in. So again, I'm just continuing that contour line, that contour edge, and I would do that same thing all the way around. Now, if I get to a place where I can't quite tell what's going on, it's perfectly okay to remove that for a minute and kind of see, okay, does this make sense what I'm seeing? Or to get to a place where you feel like you're not sure what to do next and to jump in somewhere else. But you don't want to hop all over the place. You want to follow a line and as far as you can, and so that when you're done, you have almost like a coloring page, you know, like from a coloring book, where you've outlined all the edges and ridges of especially the main focal point, but eventually even some of the little details as well. And you're literally going to go box by box, but you don't have to go row by row. You're going to follow the objects organically around the photograph until you can't follow them anymore. Okay? Sound good? Ready to give it a try?